What's good, y'all? Yo, you already know if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, drop that sub, turn on the notifications because we doing these videos daily. Yo, so I haven't done any reactions, reviews, or anything. I've been waiting for my new mic to come since this audio quality is not top notch like you guys are used to. But I don't know what's going on with the shipping, so I'm just gonna start getting back into reaction videos and stuff. So today, man, yo, we are reviewing Halloween Ends. And this will be a very short review, and then we're gonna talk spoilers. So yeah, so Halloween Ends, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was the weakest movie out of all of them. Um, and if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 because it just didn't feel like a Michael Myers movie. I feel like it didn't give it justice like it should have, especially with the way it ended, and just there's just a few different scenes in the movie that just feel like they're very inconsistent with the Michael Myers storyline base. And I truly think that if you're a really diehard Michael Myers fan, or slasher horror film fan, and you watched all the Michael Myers movies, you kept up with them, I feel like you're gonna be disappointed with this film. So like I said, I give it a 5 out of 10. They did do a good job with the trailer, because the trailer really didn't tell us anything about the movie. So they did a good job with that. There's a lot of unexpected things in this movie that you would not expect to happen. Um, and it took me by surprise, and we're going to talk about that in the spoilers. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I feel like the death scenes in here, I feel like they were the weakest out of all of them. It took a while to even see Michael Myers in the movie. And if I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like this was more of like a Batman and Robin movie without without saying any spoilers. But yo, like I said, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I think it's the weakest one out of the movies. I am gonna rewatch it though, just so I can see if I change my mind. But I don't think I will, because I watched last night. I watched the first Halloween and the second one just to lead up to the new one. And I really do feel like this is the weakest one out of those two. All right, so from here on out, we're gonna talk spoilers. So if you do not want to know any spoilers, go ahead and turn it off right now. So we're about to get into it. So my thing with this movie, man, I feel like Michael Myers was very inconsistent with how the storyline has went throughout other movies. We have this new character. What? Should have looked his name up. He gets bullied by normal kids at school. Actually, they're in band camp. It just shows you that bullies go anywhere. They can be in any class and anywhere. He gets bullied by these kids. They throw him over a bridge, and then Michael Myers drags him into a sewer which he is living in. So one, I mean, I guess Michael Myers has turned into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's now living in the sewers. So he drags this kid in, and then as the kid tries to leave, Michael Myers grabs him. He's choking him, and he's looking into his eyes, and we go into this little premonition that he can see that he's a killer, and he sees all these things, and he lets him go. Which me personally, I don't mind that. I think that's actually an okay story to tell, because that is something different. I really didn't have that much of a problem with it. I feel like it was okay. My big problem with this movie is, well, how the hell did this kid? I keep forgetting to look his name up. Hold on. Oh yeah. What's his name? Corey. Yeah, Corey. How the hell did Corey punk Michael Myers, bro? Like, this is the thing that doesn't make sense to me. First of all, he punked Michael Myers. He fought Michael Myers in the sewer, like when he came back a second or third time. Punked him, took his mask, and said, "I'm the Michael Myers," pretty much, and walked out. And then you see Michael Myers get up like he's the Undertaker. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, because how is Michael Myers going to get punked like that? You know what I'm saying? Michael Myers is Michael Myers. So how is he getting punked by this kid that used to get bullied by kids in band camp? You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that didn't make sense. Another thing that didn't make sense to me was the fact that Michael Myers teamed up with this kid. Michael Myers was pretty much Robin in this movie. this kid was Batman and Michael Myers was Robin for a certain amount of time. And that honestly didn't make any sense to me because how the hell is Michael Myers teaming up with somebody? Michael Myers always kills. He kills. He's a killing machine. He kills. We didn't see Michael Myers knock off kids. So how is he teaming up with this dude right here? Even though he's saying he's a killer. That's another part that didn't make sense to me. We go a bit further in. I feel like the deaths in this movie was kind of repetitive. It was like no creative thought. Like some of the deaths, like in the first Halloween or the second Halloween, Halloween Kills. Like you remember the girl? She was running up to Michael to shoot him, and then he kicks the door and she ends up shooting herself. I thought that was a cool little death scene. It was creative. I feel like there's no creativity in this movie with the death scenes. They was just kind of the same old stabbings in the walls and just stuff like that. And even in the Halloween Kills, Michael he takes a light bulb off the wall and stabs that lady in the neck. Like that was a pretty cool little death scene. I feel like we did not get a true ending to Halloween. My personal opinion, I feel like we didn't get a true ending because the way Michael went out was just kind of. I was like, dang, that's the grand finale. Like Michael, he was so weak in this movie. Now in Halloween Kills, they talked about Laurie talked about how Michael he gets stronger and et cetera when he kills and kills. So I don't know, 3 or 4 years have gone by since we get to this movie. He's living in the sewers. Did he not kill anybody? Like he was just down there, just walking around in the sewer. He didn't kill anybody, so that's why he's weak. There is no explanation to why Michael Myers was so weak in this movie. Like I get he fought Laurie and them, he got burned and all this other stuff. But like it was like 3 or 4, I believe it was like 3 or 4 years that went by, and they didn't say like he was just living in the sewer, like he just magically disappeared, but he didn't kill anybody. There was no explanation to that. So that's another thing I have with the issue with the story. And y'all know me, man. I don't judge movies hard at all. I don't really judge them hard like that. Another thing that really irritated me was, like I said, was the grand finale. I feel like the fight was so bad. It wasn't that good of a fight, and Michael's just so weak, and he gets stabbed in the hand, and then he's stabbed on the table. And then, I mean, he did try to get Laurie and choke her because his hand was all stabbed, and he pretty much cut his whole hand just to get Laurie. And then the granddaughter comes in, break his hand, and then they stab him and mess him up like that. And then the end scheme is they throw him in a grinder, a car grinder, and his body is decapitated. So I don't know, man. Me personally, I feel like this was the weakest movie out of them all. I would like to get everybody's take on this because I was kind of let down, man. I'm not the biggest Michael Myers fan, but I did grow up watching all the movies. I love Michael Myers. I love the storyline based of it. I love it all, and I just feel like they could have did a lot better job. I'm disappointed with movies lately, man. I watched Jeepers Creepers Reborn, and that shit shouldn't even been made. But I'm gonna keep it short and simple, man. So my review, I give it a 5 out of 10. This movie definitely could have been a lot better. Like I said, I'm gonna watch it again just so I can see if I change my mind, but I highly doubt I will because I was very limited by just how non-exciting it was, man. It just didn't feel like a Michael Myers movie. It really didn't even feel like a Halloween movie, to be honest. So that's my take, man. Post your comments down below. If you have seen Halloween Ends, let me know in the comments what you give it out of 10. If you enjoyed it, if you did not, let me know, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next man. 100,000 subscribers. Let's.